Hi, this is IC, or no, I'm going to call it something else. But this is the Christian Alchemist, and today I'm going through the Firm Foundation. I just got through the Firm Foundation number 1. So now this next Firm Foundation is number 2, is friendships. So friendships, we find our circle of friends through shared interests and life stages. So we might find friends through shared interests and through life stages. Whether it's in the same church or workplace, many times our relationships grow as we do. And typically the patterns look something like this. When we were kids, we become adults and we're single, then we get married, and then we have children, and so on. But sometimes a friendship doesn't fit the exact mold. For most of us, our circle of friends is usually made up of people with the same values and ideas. But there are exceptions. So those are what friends should be, but there are exceptions to that. So sometimes you hear about a great friend that transcends ideology. So an example is the friendships between former, so I'm just going to skip that, something about core, So our second foundation element that is essential is effective bridge building is friendship. So genuine in the trenches friendship. Finding people you can rely on and who you can rely on and who can rely on you. Who you can support and who you can support you. You will tell your truth even when it hurts, and who accepts you and expects you to do the same. So let's see. So this chapter or this part will help you with your people skills, because bridge building Because bridge building is about people, and some of us need to brush up on our people skills, because relationships are at the core of bridge building. So we already learned some lessons from the Bible in modernity about how the bridge builders. So that is why we filled our minds with theory. So now it's time to get practical and put our learning into motion. So friendship is good for you. It's true, friendship is good for your heart, your mind, and body. So let's see. So the amount of time friends spend with one another has a positive effect on a person's well-being. And friends can help keep you healthy. Some friends can help keep you healthy. I don't think all friends. I think there's some friends that will not keep you healthy, but you choose to keep them around anyways. Let's see. So how do you make friends? How do you make friends? Or how do I make friends? So we know friendship is good, but you might be asking, if you're an introvert, how do you make friends as adults? So when you're young or you're a teenager, it's probably really easy to make friends. But how do you make friends when you become an adult? You can already hear the groaning. Now that I feel your pain, I'm about as introverted as you can get. So basically being an introvert presents some struggles in the friendship building department. There's hope for us because, well, I don't think I'm an introvert. This is for some people. Because friendships can be formed in other ways, including through music, online, and all those things. So let's see. So here are a few things that can get you started in the right direction. Let's see. First, music. So, how can music bridge people together across the planet during those early stages of COVID? So when a video showing Italians on their singing their national anthem together, it went viral. So basically, music is a way that you can make friends. It's one way, because music brings people of all sorts together. Also, sports can bring you friends. Online. So those are the ways that you can make friends, is by music, sports, and online. But you got to learn to prioritize friendships. So one reason we often don't make new friends as adults is that we choose to spend our time doing other things. We simply don't place enough importance on socializing. Instead, we prioritize like entertainment. So instead of making friends, we'd rather watch entertainment all day and not socialize and not have more friends. We'd rather just waste our time on entertainment and not doing things that are important, or on socializing, being more social. So, and even when we do eventually make friends, it can be tough to keep friendships strong due to the factors like distance, employment, and stuff like that. So even if we do find friends, yes, it can be hard to continue to keep those friends due to work, maybe distance, maybe other things. So it comes down to value, regarding something as worthy of our time. So if you want to prioritize your friendship, it comes down to value, and you got to regard that friendship is this worthy of my time? Is this valuable? Do I need to prioritize this friendship? Is it worth my time to have it valuable, to make it valuable? Are you willing to set aside other things for the sake of friendship? So if you really want friendship, what are you willing to put aside to keep that friendship? Even though we may be busy in life sometimes that friendship gets set aside because our obligations or self-care. So those things all matter, but we need to find time to invest in our relationships, our friendships. So we need to have time or make time to invest in our friendships. And yes, those things matter. Obligations, self-care, those things do matter, but we still need to make time to invest in our friendships, because if we don't, and we're not going to have any friendships if we don't plan to invest in it. So one simple way to do that is to schedule dates with your friends. So you can schedule dates with your friends, or have, basic examples, have a virtual coffee date with your friend, stuff like that. Or have a coffee or over Zoom once a week if it's a long distance. Let's see. But as Christians, we need to approach friendships differently. So recognizing how good it is to be truly loved and valued by others, and how good it is to do the same for others. You want to make friends as an adult, you have to figure out how to really value other people, and to get them to believe that it matters how much you value them. So if you want to have good friendships, you need to show how much you value them and how much they value you. So how do we keep friends? So that now that we talked about how to prioritize friendships, how do we keep those friends? So of course, prioritizing friendships is important for keeping friendships. But once we do that, what's next? So the question might be a difficult one to answer. So the first thing is avoid arguments. So if you want to keep a friend, then maybe you shouldn't argue with them all the time. If you want to keep a friend, then avoid accusations about wrongdoings and opinion. If you want to keep a friend, then admit your mistakes. If you want to keep a friend, then find common ground. And if you want to keep a friend, then be empathetic. So those may seem obvious, but they are really easy to forget about. So this makes it all the more important that we strive to lead with moral Christian character in words, thoughts, and deeds. So remember, moral Christian character in words, thoughts, and deeds. I say thoughts because even though thoughts often go unspoken, they influence the way you behave. So even if you have a thought and you don't say it, that thought still affects the way you behave. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up. Where is it? Because Jesus also said that our thoughts matter. What comes out of a person is what defiles them. For it is from within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come. Read that again. For it is from within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come. Greed, malice, envy, slander, folly, all those things are evil and they come from the inside and defiles a person. So the way you think about others impacts the way you treat them. So the way you think about your friend is the way that you're going to treat them. So if you want somebody to treat you valuable, or if you want to treat somebody in a good way, then you got to treat them in a good way so they can treat you in a good way back. Because whatever, where is it? Because whatever you think about your friend impacts the way you treat them. So how do you want somebody to think about you, and how do you want somebody to treat you? Maybe somebody thinks about you in a bad way, so they're going to treat you in a bad way. So instead of being hateful or having hateful thoughts, so whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. So keeping your thoughts pure can help you keep your friendships pure and true. So if you want to keep friendships, then the best thing to do is keep your thoughts pure. All right, so the next point here is be a peacemaker. So in Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." Another point here, get out of the echo chamber. So one way to make friends is step out of your echo chamber. Another one, find common ground. And another one is don't waver on truth. And friends pick up the pieces. So sometimes we need a friend to help us get to the finish line. You may not see the ending, but you can get to it. So the last point here, truth plus friendship equals bridge builder. So bridge builders don't let subjective truths get in the way of relationships. Different opinions amongst friends can increase the stability of the friendship. So just because somebody has a different opinion doesn't mean that should not get in the way of a relationship if it's a subjective truth. But if it's the other kind of truth, the objective truth, then that's different. So you can have stability in the friendship as long as respect is present. And that's very important to keep in a friendship. If you want to have friends, then definitely keep respect in it. So it is refreshing into culture to step outside our echo chamber and connect with people who oppose our ideas. So just because somebody opposes your idea doesn't mean you can't connect with them. So doing that might even result in a better understanding of others and yourself. So by really listening to what others have to say and engaging in a meaningful conversation with people you have different opinions, you can challenge your own biases and broaden your knowledge. So think deeply about your friends and allow yourself to learn and grow. So you're probably not going to have a deep relationship with someone the first time you meet them. You might not know much about them beyond what they work in their family. So those basics are the building blocks of the foundation, and they are important. Each time you meet, you'll strengthen the foundation. You'll begin to trust them, and they will begin to trust you. So that's very important. Also, in friendships, is that you build trust, and they build trust also. So our goal is not to slowly share the gospel. You're sharing life with them, just like Jesus is willing to interact with people. So our goal is not to just share the gospel. So my goal is not to just share the gospel and that's it. It's to do life with someone, because Jesus interacted with people back in the day. So be a true friend. So my goal is not just to share the gospel, but it's also to be a true friend to somebody to others, so they can rely on me as a true friend and not just only preach the gospel and that's only what I'm about and that's only it. I also want to be a true friend to somebody so I can help them and I can be available. So you can be available when that life is crumbling. So be a part of the support that helps them stand strong. You'll need the same from them. Bridge building is a two-way street. It's about making a way when there is no other way. And that's it. Yeah. So that's it. So God is good all the time. And maybe this has helped you learn how to have friends and keep friends. But God is good all the time. And I'm out.